Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. Today we're doing a case of the karmic reading, and Harry is here to send you a telepathic message because he came back from camping and he's saying, focus in on my eye. Focus in on my eye. All right, Harry, don't take too long. Don't make it too long. Is everyone concentrating? Okay, he's going to tell me what it is now. Is it really that? Okay. He says, can everyone send tacos, please? Okay. So he wants everyone to send him tacos. How are they going to do that? Virtual ones. Okay, virtual tacos. So thank you for being here, everyone. As you can see, I've glitzed and glamoured myself up as much as possible because I'm not really that kind of person. But I've got some makeup on and I've got earrings on and I've got some, a sparkly little number here. And this is because if you're in separation from your divine masculine or not, there are some women, shall I say feminine energies, hanging around and trying to make themselves look a little bit sexy around your divine masculine. And so I thought, well, I haven't really put lots of makeup on for a while. Let me just see how I go. So they're kind of doing this thing with their hair where they, toss their hair and say, hi, that, hi, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to let you know, your divine masculine's probably very good looking. And that means that other women, feminine energies, will be attracted to him. And so that's why we're here. We're going to do 3 karmic stories, case of the karmic, and see what's going on. So if this resonates for you, it's for you. And if it doesn't resonate for you, it's not meant for you. But I'm so delighted just to see you all today, regardless. And I don't know how long it takes to get all this makeup off afterwards. But I have 3 messages for whoever's listening today before we start into the karmic. My purpose in life is joy is number 1. How wonderful I am. How wonderful I am. And every emotion I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being. Okay, so as light workers, as twin flames, we want to feel good from the inside out. I mean, it's lovely to put makeup on and feel nice and, I don't know, do this, tussle the hair and and all of that. That's nice. But really, when we are connecting with our twin flame, we're connecting with the inner being or the soul part of them. All right, so this is just a reminder that all of this glitz and glam that I'm doing today, it's not that I'm really glitzing and glamming that much, but right, that's all superficial stuff, okay? Because when I wipe my makeup off, whether I've got makeup on or not, I'm still beautiful, right? My soul is still beautiful, and I'm here to tell you that so is your soul. So no matter what shoes or clothes or handbags or, I don't know, maybe if you're a guy you don't have handbags, it's your soul that is special. It's your inner heart space that's special. Alrighty, case of the karmic. Story number 1. Am I going to timestamp? Yes, I will, because I know there's a few of you that like when I do that. So the first story 1 starts at 5 minutes after I go blah 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 and talk for way too long. That's okay, we're allowed to do that. Case of the Karmic Story 1. I don't know, I feel like I should do some kind of karmic accent, like, oh, you're so sweet, divine masculine. You know what I mean? You know how when people are dating and they try and, they put on this, I don't know, do you call it a facade? They wear a mask. You could say that makeup is a mask. A little bit. It depends. It is and it isn't. It depends if you're being real when you're, talking to someone, doesn't it? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Alrighty, so this divine masculine is hang on, let me just go into this energy. He may have a baby on the way with his karmic, and so he's not looking to get out of this relationship, even though he knows, where is the other one? Woo. Even though the twin flame journey is enticing, is far more interesting, but he may have a baby on the way. Or if there's no baby on the way, he's thinking about that he would like to have a male child in the future. So he seems to be arguing with his karmic partner at this time, and it's over money. Okay, so there's been some issues over money with the current world situation, or the financial, crisis or whatever. He's kind of finding this difficult. He's been overthinking a lot. There's been constant worry and confusion and anxiety, even though the twin flame journey is bringing him this feeling of new beginnings. And he feels like, when he's with his twin flame, divine feminine, he feels like he's heading in the right direction. So, again, wow, we have the Ace of Cups here, and in this deck also has added messages here, a male baby on the way. So this divine masculine is either thinking about having a baby, or, like in his future, or he wants to have a baby, or is having a baby with the karmic partner, right? Someone he could be married to or in a partnership with. Now, when he thinks of the twin flame journey and compares it with his marriage or his partnership, there's a real disconnect here. He feels sorrow and heartache and this loss of a relationship, because before he met his twin flame, he felt as though everything was fine. Everything was going great. I'm in love. In the past, I'm in love, everything's going great. And then the twin flame showed up, however long ago that was. Divine feminine showed up for him, and he went, OMG, this is way more better. This is way more than I could have possibly asked for. And again, we have this 3 energy. So he feels like he's been a little bit hard done by, because he's always longed for this beautiful connection with someone, and then it comes, but he's already in a relationship. So he's like, now what do I do? He's very much in love with his twin flame. He's showing up as the Emperor here. And in fact, this constant arguing about money and about issues with his current counterpart is a real turn off to him. She may be, I kind of, like I say, I didn't really do a great job of making myself look all sparkly and, dressed up or materialistic, but I was kind of trying to show that through the cards, and the cards are coming in and saying, the woman he's with is materialistic. The woman he's with is all about having the best of this and the best of that and the best of everything. And he's not. He just wants to be in love and be happy and be a father. He really wants to be a father. That's so important to him. But he's with the wrong person. All right, so that's story number 1. Story number 2, timestamp, 11 minutes. Story 2 is, wow, a lot of throat chakra energy here. This divine masculine, he's feeling left out in the cold here. He really is. Yeah, broken-hearted, left out in the cold. Could be a third-party situation. I mean, we are talking about the karmic, but let's see what kind of third-party situation it is. Because I don't know that it's a woman in this case. Take gender how it resonates, of course. Okay. Okay, it could be a marriage. All right, so it could be a marriage where there's no love here. He could have been married for 5 years. His name or her name could start with an M or a W, but there's no love here anymore in this marriage. There's no victory here in this marriage. In fact, he is sorry. He's sorry to Divine Feminine that he's in a marriage. Okay. He feels heartbroken that he has had to endure this marriage. It could have been for 5 years, I said, or 3 years. He could have been in this for a while or more. He's constantly looking at Divine Feminine here in the past. And when he feels burdened, he does that. He goes to her pictures. He looks at her messages or thinks about his messages, and he longs for this transformational energy of the twin flame. I think he sees it more as soulmates rather than twin flames. I don't think he knows the concept of twin flames, but he knows that the loving messages and the time that you've shared with one another in the past has been the thing that's kept him going, because before he was really very much feeling left out in the cold, not warm, and also he was feeling this disconnect in general. So you may hear from him. He may send you a message about how much he's had to deal with, how much resources he's had to give out to this other person. He could also be a Libra, or she could be, the karmic partner could be a Libra. He's had difficulty in moving forward with this relationship because of what's going on in general. He feels extremely unable to know what to say. Even though he wants to rush forward, he doesn't know what to say, because at the moment his life is full of people who are in their ego, and he's known for a long time that it's a confusing energy and a toxic energy that he's in. He doesn't like being chained here. He doesn't know how to get out of it. It makes him feel small. It makes him feel perhaps emasculated. And for some, they're staying in it because there's money ties here. And we have the Justice card, which is also highly representative of a marriage, you know, a legal commitment, an obligation, because if he leaves, he may lose money. And so there's this want to be with the right one, the divine feminine, but how does he get there? He doesn't know. All he knows is that he wants this and that he's in love with divine feminine. And so he's thinking, contemplating, wanting to know what to do. Wow. The third energy is this divine masculine is a little bit annoyed with the world situation. He's like, how can they just stop the whole world? How can they just stop the whole world? That's not right. This divine masculine thinks this is the devil's work here. All right. We haven't even mentioned the karmic yet. He's like, how dare they shut down the world? How dare they do these things? Right? How dare they do this to people? This is what's going on. This is how he feels. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out the karmic, for the karmic thing here, whether it's a family member or something else. I feel like it's a home situation that he's trying to get out of. So it's a home situation he's trying to get out of. There's a lot of people here, so it could be family, could be cultural, you know, like a family home where he feels stuck. His divine feminine also feels trapped, a little bit in ego perhaps, a little bit in need of help from divine masculine. They both are aware that this is a twin flame connection, or that they're on a twin flame journey. And in fact, he's shown a lot of love in the past, and she has spoken her truth to him and told her what a difficult time she's gone through. This divine feminine is loving and honest, may get a little bit pissed off at times when divine masculine doesn't come in. Okay. So we're trying to read in a little bit to this karmic situation. He really feels as though he has people relying on him. And so he doesn't know what to do. This is a bit serious today, this reading, because all of these divine masculines here are stuck. They don't know how to transform the energy because they've still got to worry about, you know, their money or their resources. And so it is a serious feeling. You know, currently the world situation, there's a lot of people who may have lost their job, a lot of people who may have lost things. And so he's looking to how he can make more money. So that there can be this victory here. He really wants to have a victory, you know, within the twin flame journey. I don't know, there's this kind of feeling of in general, for this whole reading, you know, I'm with someone, I don't want to rock the boat, but I know my love is over there. I'm with someone, I don't want to rock the boat, I've got money invested in this current relationship. Or perhaps people relying on the connection. You know, as in karmics. So it's this really interesting energy here. And divine masculine truly wants to know, how do I move forward? How do I not hurt the people that I'm already in commitments with? How do I get the money I need to do this? How do I problem solve? How do I problem solve this? Because he feels in all three readings, and I forgot to timestamp the third one. Whoopsie. Maybe someone can timestamp the third one, or I might have to go back and do it. But in all of these, he feels so burdened because he's either got a karmic partner or wife or something that's relying on him, and or possibly children on the way for some, or family members who need him and his resources. And then there's the twin flame journey, and he's like, wow, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. And he knows. And without it, he feels heartbroken. And so for some of them, they stay stuck. Just looking at pictures and photos and thinking about the communication they've had, because they just don't know what else to do. Because they feel like they're obligated to recompense these other people here. So if this is your story and you need help with this, you can contact me and get a reading with me, and I'll give you advice on what to do, how to move forward. All my details are in the description box below. And I feel like that some of you may need a reading at this time, because the energy is kind of weird. And there's a bit of stagnancy happening here. And it's not as if the twin flames don't want to move forward. It's just as if they feel stuck. Stuck because of the world situation. Stuck because of, you know, what's going on in general in the world. That affects them so much. It affects the money. It affects the way they interact with people. And so it's all of that on top of normal everyday stuff. And then trying to be awakened and trying to stay in your heart space and trying not to come into ego and get mad and get annoyed with how other people are behaving, because some of the karmics are behaving in a not very good way. So that also creates a burden for divine masculine here. He feels stressed. He can feel stressed and heartbroken. And although divine masculine is very strong, he still needs to feel like he's got support. Okay, so if you need to reach out to me, reach out to me. I love doing private readings. I don't just do twin flames. I do soulmate, general life path, and twin flame readings. And I will tell you, if you want to know if it's your twin flame or not, I will tell you, or I'll let the cards say yes or no. So some readers won't, but I will. Although my videos are for entertainment purposes only, of course, and always go with your own intuition. But I will, you know, whatever the cards say, if that was one of your questions, because you can ask me up to 8 questions in a personal reading, and we can do a half an hour or a 1 hour reading. All right. So whatever you want to ask me, that's what the cards will tell you when I do a reading, and then there'll be advice as well. Okay, don't forget I've got my Ascension package as well if you want to come into union with yourself in mind, body, soul, emotional core. It's a very important course. It'll change your life. Just ask the many people who have done it. It'll change your whole life. It'll get you into alignment with where you want to be, who you want to be with. And I also, of course, have a 1-hour instructional video on manifesting your twin flame. And that's very important because it talks about how it's an energetic or soul-to-soul connection. All right? So I'm sending you love and light from Australia. I hope you have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. I love you very much. Bye.